billionaires from Rift Valley
I
are
know.
fighting.
Other people are enjoying Real Housewives. Us we're like, billionaires of Rift Valley. Nipe nikupe. They're in a nipe nikupe kind of thing.
Hey, let us see. Biological son or adopted son.
Adopted son. When we were preparing for this episode, Ndanu was asking me, can Ringiji be prosecuted under the Official Secrets Act because she's constantly releasing official secrets?
I mean, okay, we like the tea.
We do.
We love the tea, but there are things sometimes he says we're like, that's information you got when you are deputy president.
Ufaipo unatuambia hiyo.
Yeah.
Ufaipo unatuambia hiyo.
Do you know that gossip is a sin?
Don't say what my response was. But
Anyway, Wakenya.
Wakenya.
Naona tu mnunue mzinga enough za hell.
I know. Wenye mtaona the pearly gates. Ay.
Mjue tu. Come, carry your own water on your way there. Because Wakenya kile itawapeleka huko. The love for tea.
Hi guys, welcome to the rundown. My name is Nihala Barasa.
And I'm Danunz Yuko.
And thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. So far, we are at 714 subscribers. Please clap for us. Mavo weka claps hapa. And today, we've changed our shoot location. Where are we shooting today, Ndanu?
Today we are shooting at the Suites Four Ways.
Where is it?
On Kiambu Road. Just before you get to Four Ways Junction, the estate, the Suites are right before.
It's quite lovely. Marvin will show you a room tour and then we'll commence our episode. So media freedom. Where do we start?
Okay, so today we're talking about the state of media freedom in Kenya, okay? So first things first, billionaires from Rift Valley
I
are
know.
fighting.
Other people are enjoying Real Housewives. Us we're like, billionaires of Rift Valley. Nipe nikupe. They're in a nipe nikupe kind of thing.
Hey, let us see. Biological son or adopted son.
Adopted son.
Who is going to win?
It's giving, what's the name? It's giving Ned Stark's son. What's called who? Who watched Game of Thrones? Marvin, did you watch Game of Thrones? What was Ned Stark's first son? You don't remember his name? I also don't remember his name. And Jon Snow. He was called who? Eddard Stark. Rob Stark, yes. Rob Stark, and it's giving Rob Stark and Jon Snow. So we'll see.
Let's see who wins.
Let's see who wins.
Okay, me, I'm rooting for the media owner.
You're rooting for the real son.
The real son.
You know, in the end, Jon Snow won, but you know, Rob Stark was slaughtered.
Me, I'm rooting for the biological son.
Me and you both, because the level of injecting.
Shout out to Standard Media Group. You guys are doing a good job. Keep injecting.
You are doing the Lord's work.
Yes.
You are doing what you were put on this earth to do.
I was so happy when I saw that ad that they're returning the Friday 9:30 p.m. show, the one for the Gallery of Ruto's Life. I was like, where?
We are ready. We are ready.
You guys have no chills. You're like, you've come for our boss. We are going to pay our pending bills with your name.
We are coming for you.
Every morning. Headline.
Every morning, every headline.
Yeah. Guys, please support Standard Media. We need to pay the guys who their salaries are pending.
And we need none of them to be declared redundant anymore.
Yes.
They need to pay their bills at this point. But and then also there's the Maandamano. Well, it was not the commemoration that happened on 25th.
Yes.
There was a large group of media personalities that were harassed. There was even one who was arrested.
That's very sad.
And the media crew from other media houses were like, oh, fam, don't arrest this one, he's one of us.
Yeah.
So there's been that discourse in how free our media is and how our media people are being treated. And that's what culminated to shooting this episode.
Yes. So it's not just about the billionaires. Yeah, the billionaires was just
There are motivation.
Yeah, it was a nice a nice commercial break.
But
yeah.
now that billionaire's tweet, honestly, like, kwani alisoma shule gani? Like,
why
are you mixing capital and small letters?
Yeah, like State House. You guys don't have a communications team?
They do.
Yeah, I keep asking whether there's a PR team in State House. Like, they are doing a bad job. Bad job. I'm a PRSK wamekata kwa support.
But they might have, like, you know, if your boss is, I know how do this. Do the, fanya vile nilikusha ufanye.
But, like, a tweet. Kwani endo anajiandikia tweet?
I don't know, but if it's, fanya kile nimesema ufanye. You know, there's no way you can be like, oh, this is the right way. You've experienced those people in corporate.
Yeah, yes, of course we have. Yeah, but I'm like, hey.
So it was written in the heat of the... And why didn't they even save face and delete?
I know. It's just there. Why? But X is a lot. Wait. I am not... Every time I open X, I'm just like, so much is happening. I just switch it off. I'm like, where? I don't think X is good for your mental health.
But it's good for injecting.
For injecting, yes. For injecting, yeah.
Apple is the true hospital. Apple. Consistently. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, Mihala. So tell us, what is media freedom?
Media freedom is the right of journalists and media organizations to express themselves, give ideas, talk to us about what is going on, like what happens in the news, give accounts of occasions that have happened in a country or in the world without being disrespectful, in a very respectful way, I mean, and following their own set professional ethics.
Yes, that's very true. I think we'll get to that part where we have legal framework in Kenya for journalists, and basically that provides sort of like a code of conduct or ethics for them. All right. Then we go to Mihala's favorite segment. Tell us the legal framework for media freedom in Kenya.
Guess what, guys? We didn't forget our channel Bible today. I'd like to think that when we speak about media freedom, a lot of the times we think about Article 33, 34, and 35.
Yes.
Article 33 is on the freedom of expression. Article 34 is on the freedom of media. And Article 35 is on access to information. But I like to take it from Article 32. Article 32 speaks to the freedom of conscience, religion, and belief. Now, I want us to park the religion and belief for a bit. I want us to concentrate on conscience. When you read Article 32:1, it says, every person has the right and freedom of conscience, religion, thought, belief, and opinion. I believe that is where our freedom of the media and expression starts, because you are allowed to believe what you believe, you're allowed to think the way you want to think, and you're allowed to give opinions. Yeah. Then we graduate to Article 33, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Article 33. So Article 33:1 states, every person has the right to freedom of expression, which includes freedom to seek, receive, and impart information or ideas. Again, the media and journalists have the right to impart information and ideas to Kenyans and people the world over. But if you go to 33:2, it goes ahead to tell you when do we limit that freedom. So 33:2 says the right to freedom of expression does not extend to propaganda for war, incitement of violence, hate speech, advocacy of hatred, which constitutes ethnic incitement, and then it being a ground for discrimination. Why did I think this is an important article? When I was doing the research for this particular episode, I thought about how hate crimes have been prosecuted in the ICC. And granted, there are millions and thousands and hundreds of professions the world over. But you will realize that in most ICC, or where ICC have tribunals like Rwanda, there are prominent media personalities that have ended up being either prosecuted, convicted, or even arrested for hate crimes. A good example is our own Joshua Rapsang, who used to report for CAS FM during the 2007 post-election violence, and he was arrested. Okay, not arrested, but he was prosecuted in the ICC. We all know how
arraigned.
He was arraigned. We all know how that case went. Yes. Then there's the recent Rwandese media owner that died, Felicien Kabuga. One of the reasons why he was arrested is because he owned a channel, a radio broadcasting channel that was propagating hate for war. And there's quite a number of other Rwandese and African media personalities that have been taken through those tribunals to prosecute hate crimes. Yeah. So that is how we limit this right. And I could actually even tell you, if it happened here in Kenya, journalists would be prosecuted. And that's what they the government kind of tries to do by trying to arrest journalists sometimes. And they're like, oh, you're perpetuating hate crime, you're doing this, you're doing misinformation. Yes, that's where now they try to get their mandate.
Yeah. Okay.
Then Article 34 speaks to the freedom and independence of electronic, print, and all types of media, which is guaranteed, but does not extend to any expression specified in 33(2), which are those hate crimes. Now, when you talk about guaranteed, like a guarantee is like a hard promise. Yes. It's like, it's a must-ish of sorts. It's like, I don't know how I can put it, but it's one of those things that I'm not just promising you. It's like a very express promise. So where you want to establish a media house, where you want to establish like maybe a newspaper or some sort of print media, or even if it's an online platform, this is the article that gives rise to that.
Yeah.
And then we close with Article 35, which gives every citizen, every Kenyan, a right to access information held by the state, information held by another person, and says every person has the right to the correction, deletion of untrue and misleading information. And this Article 35 also gives the state, or asks the state of the mandate to publish and publicize any important information regarding the nation. That's why there's the government press. It's called the government press, yes? Yes, this is where now the government press comes from, because it gives us the right to information. This is from the media as citizens, and then mandates the state to have their own press that gives us the information. I don't know if this is where the spokesperson and that guy who used to be on Citizen get their mandate. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you. So she's given us a comprehensive analysis of the Constitution, which is lovely. So now I'd like us to talk about the Media Council Act. Okay, maybe you can just give us a brief highlight of what entails in that act and how it promotes or aims to promote media freedom.
Good. So I think it should be Article 34 that talks about the right to establish an independent oversight body that governs the media, which is what gives rise to the Media Council Act. So the Media Council Act establishes the Media Council of Kenya. And what the Media Council of Kenya is established to do is to protect the independence and freedom of the media. And this is why you see a lot of reporters, when things go wrong, they call upon the Media Council and say, you're not acting, you're not doing, you're our face. Like, come, give us some information. It also accredits journalists. It also enforces a code of conduct for the practice of journalism. So journalists have their own, media personalities have their own code of conduct that is created and enforced by the Media Council of Kenya. Also, the Media Council of Kenya is supposed to handle complaints from the public about the publications made on different platforms. And then last but not least, it's supposed to promote ethical and professional journalism in Kenya. One of the names that was given to the media in the olden days, I don't know if they still call it that, is the fourth estate. So the first estate, I think, according to like Britain, there was the king, the clergy, the commoners, and then the media. And one of the roles that they used to carry out very actively was they'd be allowed, even in Kenya, to sit in the parliament gallery and then report on what's happening in parliament. Actually, there's, I think, Article 118 that talks about parliament allowing, or parliament being mandated to let in media houses to report on parliamentary proceedings unless the speaker says you cannot report on ABCD.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were called the fourth estate, and they were called the fourth estate because they were considered to be an arm of democracy of sorts, in a way that you give opinions, you share public opinions, you report, share public opinions, and then allow us to understand what is happening the world over from your eyes.
Yes.
That is where now ethical journalism
Comes in.
kind of stems from. Yes. So because of that, then, when you talk about Article 34(5) on establishing a free media, a free and ethical media, the way it's envisioned is there's this body, which is the Media Council of Kenya, that works independently of influence from the government, from politicians, from activists, from funders, and gives us a full view of facts without being influenced by finances, by threats, by beliefs. They just like report on what is going on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Which other laws would you probably want to highlight for our audience that also support media freedom?
Okay, good. So there's a law called the Kenya Information and Communication Act, which regulates the communications of the broadcasting sector. So this is like, I would imagine KBC, KTN, Citizen TV. If you're a broadcast network, you are regulated by the Kenya Information and Communication Act. Then there's an act called the Access to Information Act. Remember when you spoke about Article 35 of the Constitution, it spoke about the right of citizens to access information that is held by the state and by private people. So what the Access to Information Act does is it allows journalists and citizens have a legal mechanism under which they can request for information from the public, and then it also requires public bodies to disclose a certain level of information unless there is lawful reasons for that information not being disseminated.
Okay.
And then there is the Data Protection Act, obviously, which regulates how information is disseminated, received, given. We've spoken about that a lot on this channel. There's the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act, which regulates how we use our computer and criminalizes online conduct that affects digital journalism. And then there's the Official Secrets Act. When we were preparing for this episode, Ndanu was asking me, can Rigiji be prosecuted under the Official Secrets Act because he's constantly releasing official secrets?
Well, I mean, okay, we like the tea. Okay?
We do.
We love the tea, but there are things sometimes he says we're like, that's information you got when you are deputy president. Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes I wonder, okay, anyway, but not to say vote for him or not vote for him, just saying, sometimes I feel like some of those jobs require a lot of wisdom. Let's move.
Okay. Then, so what the Official Secrets Act does, just like Nanu said, it restricts the disclosure of certain classified government information. Yeah. The challenge with, I think he can be prosecuted. I think one of the challenges might be, and it's a very mundane challenge, it might be, now it will be like, now the public knows that was a secret. You know, it's because now we don't know the purview of what a government secret is.
Yes. I get it.
Yeah, and then last but not least is the Defamation Act. I think we all know there have been several cases of defamation. I think the most prominent one is the one for the Media House and Martha Karua. I don't want to mention the Media House. I might be arrested, but there was one for the Media House and Martha Karua, and they ended up paying her a lot of money.
It was Kitambo.
Still. So the Defamation Act kind of
and
provides...
It's everywhere, anyway.
It provides legal remedies for people that falsehoods are published against them. And I think this is what also took Edgar Obare out of business. Because there was a lot
out of business.
Well, not out of business, but out of like
very
active...
let's call them the social media platforms that are like, there's a word I'm looking for.
Mainstream.
Yes, the mainstream social media platforms. because he's still there and people are paying.
Yeah, people are
To get
paying.
tea.
People are paying to get. Lakini pia wa Kenya pia mnakwanga mmejituma. Like
But-
unalipa kwenda anyway.
Imagine, kwanza, first of all, you download an app, because me, I don't know how often. Like, I don't have
Right?
Telegram.
Me neither.
So you download it, then subscribe and pay to somebody's T channel. Anyway, as we were preparing for today's shoot, I was telling Mihala, do you know that gossip is a sin?
I don't say what my response was. But
Anyway, Wakenya.
Wakenya.
Naona tu mnunue mzinga enough za hell.
I know. Wenye mtaona the pearly gates.
Mjue tu. Come, carry your own water on your way there. Because Wakenya kile itawapeleka huko. The love for tea.
Anyway.
All right. So we said that one of the reasons why we decided to look at this topic is because of the challenges that have been there in the media space. So I'd like us now to get into the challenges that have been there in the media space, or that are affecting media freedom in Kenya. Okay. All right. I know, you've talked a lot. I give you
Yes. Give me acha nikunywe maji.
Okay. So one of the things that we discussed when we were preparing for this episode is the independence of the media. So comparatively to our neighbor
Nchijirani.
Comparatively, the Kenyan media has more freedoms compared to neighboring countries.
Neighboring the entire East African community.
Exactly, yeah.
Actually, I have Rwandese colleagues who joke with me and they're like, you guys can say anything.
Right?
You guys can say whatever you want.
Like me, anyway, not to digress and go into things to do with money laundering, but FAT released an updated grey list, and Kenya remained in the grey list.
Of course we did.
Yeah, but I think one of the reasons why we are on that grey list is because of the freedoms that we have in our media and our social media. It's because we are here highlighting corruption. We're like, hey, Senators X, Governor X, hey, we found money under so-and-so's mattress. All that. I think, so some places where there's not that much
oversight, publicity.
Yes, on corruption, I feel like they get away with the corruption. So it looks like there's no corruption within those countries, but actually there's a lot of corruption happening. Like, you want to tell me your country is uko bottom of the barrel, poor.
And there's no corruption.
And uko your, let me say, you remember the speaker for Uganda, the one who got a dress for 1 million?
I liked that. You know what was pesa ilimosha. Like that lady. I looked at her, I was like, this is the one person that I can say for sure we've seen where her corruption money has gone. Like, it's very easy to trace her money.
Ilienda kwa Luku.
Luku! And then she just cuts her hair short, but all her clothes are just their own. Apart from those yellow ugly kitenges that are for the party.
Yes.
Her shoes, the way she walks her cars, I'm like, hey, Uganda. Where's all this money coming from?
We thought you guys didn't have that much money.
Sheesh. Her style, I don't know if she hired a stylist, but her style was... Did you see the dress? How much was the dress? The one that...
The one that was arrested.
Yes, the one that was arrested. I was like, fam.
Okay, no, by the African countries, we need to do better. Like, African countries, we need to have a meeting, all of us, and say, let us do better. Because the level of corruption, the impunity
it's
with
so
our
bad.
leaders, guys,
it is so bad.
It is so bad.
And the only reason we were able to see that dress getting arrested and see that information is because of freedom of the
media.
Good job.
Yes, I love it.
Kumbe mnasikiza.
Anyway, okay, so one of the issues that is usually there is undue influence, and which affects media independence. So you find that there are some pieces that are removed. Maybe a journalist comes, they want to run a story. The higher ups are like,
toeni
your
hiyo kwa
story.
headline ya leo.
Yes, yes.
Ama this is not what the standard should be doing.
Yes.
Like, sasa sema bila
Yeah.
bubbles. Like to bubbles. Sasa unataka
Who are you
kulia.
to tell us what our media house is
Should
supposed to be
should
doing?
report.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, that's very true. Ideally, nobody should be telling the journalists what to report on, and what, unless it's under the what have you called it? The Secrecy Act?
Official Secrets Act.
Yes, the Official Secrets Act, yes. Unless it's under the Official Secrets Act. Otherwise, tell us. Do all your investigative journalism. Tell us what is happening.
John Alan Namu,
Yeah.
African Uncensored. You are doing the Lord's work. Like,
Please,
oh
put
my
a pay bill.
God.
Put a pay
Put
bill.
a pay bill.
Put a pay bill. You need to support your channel.
You left mainstream reporting for a reason.
Yes.
And we see it. We see, like, honestly,
Yeah.
good job.
True.
Good job.
I also like some of the pieces that come from BBC Africa.
BBC Africa.
Yes, they do also very good investigative journalism. You remember the one for child prostitution and trafficking that was done. Was it someplace in Rift Valley? What town was it?
Oh, the one for tea.
Yes.
The one for tea.
Not tea.
The one for tea was.
There was one that was very, I think it was this year or late last year. And then our very able in CS for Interior denied the allegations.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I watched the one for the one for the people.
Try and see if I can find it.
What is it? Did you see the one for tea? The one for tea for the
yes,
tea, yes,
I
the
remember
tea
that
factory
one.
Yeah, that one was nice.
I'm trying. Let me just find it.
You cannot even we can't go without remembering the one that was released last year for the Maandamano.
Oh,
the one that they were zooming in on the policemen.
Yes.
Media, God's gift to the world when you're doing the right thing.
Yes, it was exposing the child sex trade.
I remember.
Yes, I'm trying to remember which town it was.
It was somewhere around, somewhere around Nakuru.
Yes,
I've remembered
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one with the old lady that was kind of like the queen mother.
Yes,
who was
yeah.
trying
and
to
then somebody very able CS decided that
see important.
Not see important.
Haifanyiki?
It is all lies.
AI.
AI.
KJ.
It is all lies. You know, I like the way Kwanza, you know, I think one of the worst things he has ever said is when people were complaining about when you go to the police station and you have an issue, the police telling you to fuel their trucks. And then he was like, yeah, you know, sometimes the police vehicles don't have enough fuel. And I'm like, bro, isn't it like your job
to ensure,
budget for your ministry? Send it to Treasury. Tell Mbadi, per year, the National Police Service needs X amount for fuel. Isn't it literally your job to ensure that you've budgeted correctly for your ministry?
You are operating under the assumption that one, he does any work at all.
Oh.
And number two, that
right.
money will not be stolen even before Mbadi allocates it. Before Mbadi allocates it.
Imeshaenda.
Shaida. Money for fuel stolen before it's put in the budget.
Our international viewers, we are sorry, today we've dropped a lot of Kiswahili. Probably, I'm not sure if Marvin will put for us captions.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I think another issue that has been there is the financial stability of media houses in Kenya, which sadly our president used against one of the media houses when he was bashing them.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges has been now with the growth of social media, a lot of advertising revenue that used to go to media houses is now going to social media platforms. Okay. So I've been seeing a lot of media houses now trying to leverage the social media and digital platforms to also increase their revenue. But of course, that has been a very big challenge. I guess they require to do a bit of pivoting of their business strategy to see how they can be able to retain their revenue or get additional revenue. Because I think traditional media is sort of dying. Yeah, because I'm like, sometimes, I'm okay, could be age. Because whenever I put news, like 9 p.m. news, the minute they start talking, I've already slept. But if, like, let's say JKL, they bring a very interesting guest. On Thursday in the morning on my way to work, I'll be there. JKL last night.
So for me,
searching for it. So I think we are less likely to watch live news. Probably the podcast sort of way of
arrangement,
yes, has now made
picked
us
up.
Yeah, it has picked up. So we are likely, it's okay, you had a good guest, but I'm not likely to watch it at
now.
9.
Yeah,
I'll watch it later in my own time. Yes.
We are such different people in that regard. Like, I watch news like clockwork. My sister says, if the country is being sold, I would be the first to know. But for me, it's usually what I never miss.
It's a good thing. Tumeuzwa.
But at least hatujapata fans.
Ile story ya Ebola.
Anyway. But what I enjoy most is News Gang.
Yes.
Because they give us like a roundup of the week, and then they give opinions, and I'm just like, inject.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So for me, I'll listen to the show the next morning.
I'm like at 11, inject. Anyway, nowadays I've started liking the segment by Sam Gituku. It's called Sam's Sense. I'm like, oh my God, such a brilliant young man. Anyway, I digress.
Yes, so I think, so that's also one of the issues that is affecting media freedom in Kenya, the financial sustainability of media houses. So we've seen some media houses having rounds of redundancy. We've also had allegations of delays in salaries. So there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done to ensure that our media houses are stable and to also ensure that our journalists are well compensated.
Right?
Yes. Okay. And also, we're not seeing that independent journalism, especially right now with the growth of social media, is a good thing. Very, very good thing. And we want it to also grow, but we also want our media houses to remain
thrive,
stable.
yes,
and to thrive. Yeah.
Another one is intimidation and harassment of journalists.
Yes.
I've just spoken about the ones who are just harassed for the June 25th commemoration. And it's kind of like a recurring topic. You hear this journalist was beaten here. I can't remember which media house it is, but there's an episode of African Uncensored where there's a journalist that was beaten, and I think even like he got hurt so much he doesn't see well in one eye. And he was beaten on 2 different instances at 2 different protests. And in both protests, his equipment and camera and phone were stolen. So he was saying, like, in a span of 1 year, he's lost equipment worth 300,000 Kenyan shillings. So when you look at it from that perspective, yes, it can be maybe just the people that have come to the protest that have stolen your things, but it can also be goons. This is Kenya.
Yeah.
It can also be goons.
Goonism has grown.
Yeah. So then you see, this curtails the freedom of the media in the sense that it would make some people more scared of being part of investigative journalism.
Yes.
And part of it also is the way, again, leaning a lot more on women, the way sometimes female journalists are treated. Like there was one that said, I went to pitch a story to someone, and the whole time they were just looking at my lips and my chest area, and she was very uncomfortable, and she ended up leaving, and I don't think that story was ever in. So there's that form of also harassment. It can be from the bosses, it can be from different people.
Yeah. I get it. And also, I think during protests, because most of our journalists usually put on some gear to show written press.
They're part of the press.
Yes. I think it's very basic. Our police should be able to provide protection for them.
Do they look like they can? If they pull you and put it anyway, let me not talk badly about our police. I might be arrested because they behave like the country.
You know where we are shooting from is not far from DCI headquarters.
Sorry. Yeah, but
the Subaru is not very.
Because why? Like why? Anyway, but I think they're very trigger happy.
Yes, I think so. I think, and that's also a problem, because even like during protests, if you just shoot indiscriminately, then it means that the journalists are also at risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're shooting at everybody.
Yes. Whoever, wherever the bullet will land. Too bad. Let's see. Yeah?
Almost
Okay.
made a joke with a church song, but wacha tu niachie hapo.
I have told you that it is not far.
Niachie tu hapo. Police.
Okay. But I think there's one time Jeff Koinange, he said there's no story worth dying for.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, probably it's age. Maybe at his age, he's just like, he has seen a lot of things. Maybe even as he was covering international news, and he was just like,
Fam, you are loved at home.
Yeah, just go back home. If your country and your media house is not providing enough security for you,
you move.
Probably there are things you need to stay away from.
And you see, the other thing is, as we speak to the next challenge, the other thing is, apart from harassment and intimidation, there's also a lot of political interference.
Yes.
Do you remember that episode where Kalonzo told someone, your name betrays you? Do you remember that where he told the journalist, I don't know what question the journalist asked, and he went like, your name betrays you.
Like that question is very...
Yeah, like that question is very laced with I think he meant like tribal...
Yeah.
But this is a journalist. You know, if you tell me that and you've asked for my name, I'd be thinking, what will happen to me next? Or how should I report this in a way that doesn't now make me look bad?
I don't want to defend Kalonzo. Because you might also think it is from a tribal perspective. So maybe I'll look for that clip. That's interesting. He doesn't normally look like a...
Like, and it was not combative.
Yeah,
it was like, and he's very like, what's your name? The person, I can't remember what the name of the person was, but they were just went like, yeah, your name betrays you. And then he didn't follow it up with like a solid statement to solidify what he was saying. At that point, obviously I'm already feeling threatened, because I'm like, first of all, are you calling me a tribalist? Secondly, what will happen to me when I live here?
Oh, yeah.
And you see, politicians are constantly threatening media houses, regulatory bodies, the court, like judges. They are constantly threatening people with regulatory action. We'll shut down that media house. We will do this to that investigator. We'll stop this, stop that. And even African Center is constantly saying...
in as much as we talk about how Kibaki was a good president, let's remember during his time, his wife raided a media house.
By the way, political interference.
Yes. It is also said, one of the raids that, I don't want to perpetuate propaganda, but it said that one of the raids on one of the media houses during his time had been orchestrated by one of his ministers.
Oh.
Yes. So there was also kind of a bit of fear around him. I think on the outside he used to look like
he's okay.
Yeah, like a nonchalant guy.
Akiingia kwa cabinet, amiri jeshi mkuu.
Yes. Maybe he's asking you, so why is the media talking the way they want?
Mbona wananiongelea hivyo?
Probably. Or maybe there was something they wanted to buy, because that raid was a very strange raid. Yeah. Because everyone was like, what was the media house planning to run the next morning?
Yes. And then also, even the way it was reported is like we didn't have a full-on view
of what happened.
Really happened.
Yes. Yeah. Because what I remember is the next morning that media house didn't have newspapers. And then they just said, oh, there was a raid. And that story just died.
Done.
Yeah. So, yes, I get what you're saying about political interference. And I have really tried my best not to defend my
kinsman.
Because we are tribeless. We are tribeless. Yeah. Anyway, so the other issues that have been there have been about regulation, okay, in the media space, okay. So either too much regulation or too little regulation.
Hakuna middle ground.
Yes.
Like you can't post this, you can't. You remember there was a time they were saying they're going to tell us, like to there are things you can't post on social media.
Yes.
That's an example of overregulation.
Overregulation, yes. So there are times where there has been a lot of regulation around what journalists can post, even especially investigative journalists. You find a lot of investigative pieces really take a while before they're aired.
They're aired, yeah.
They have to go through their legal
They
department.
have to be very thorough.
Yeah, so a lot really happens. In terms of, because of course the media houses also don't want to be taken to court over every other piece that
they put out.
Yeah, I mean, law is expensive, guys.
Very. And we'll drag you, by the way. Hey. We have an unlimited bandwidth for pettiness.
That is true. That is very true.
Unlimited bandwidth. Open check.
What do you mean?
Put a number.
Where you remember that there's a post you had reposted this week about a Gen
the
Z.
two-liners.
Yes, a Gen Z
who did a two-liner.
A two-liner. Guys, I am thinking that is why I'm not making a lot of money. So
me and you both, I'm like,
If you come and tell me there is a new regulation that has come out,
what do
can
you think
do for
about
me an
it?
analysis?
12 pages.
I
At
know.
least
I'm
12
normally
pages.
there sending my boss, sending them just one slide, very brief analysis. This is the regulation. These are the parts that affect our company.
This is my recommendation.
Yes.
This is what we have to change. This is what we don't have to change. If we don't change, this is the risk.
Going forward.
Hey.
My salary needs to increase.
The entire Finance Act. The entire, unachukua 3 days. The entire umemaliza.
Because unasema, you put a note, working on the Finance Act.
Then, ukisha present your 15-page document, you
recommendation
hapo chini, like another 5 pages. It's 20. Then you tell the boss, feel free to let me know if I can just compress this into like 3 slides.
Yeah. Bas. Guys, this is why you're not making money. You're also summarizing things. Making it look like your job is very easy. Anyway, so, and then now the area where, for me, I think there's under-regulation is now on the issues that we've talked about safeguarding journalists, about how to handle complaints from journalists.
Compensation.
Yes, compensation. I think in the 2024 protests, there are journalists who had been hurt during that time. And of course, their employers were up in arms about it. I think there was one from K24 in Nakuru who was hurt. And where Media Max was not happy about that
situation.
Yes. No, as in like, why is our journalist not safe in the field? Yes, you get. It's not an easy thing because, of course, probably you as the employer now have to cater for their medical expenses, their rehabilitation, you get. And then, of course, that person now, probably if you're maimed during a protest, that means you'll not be able to work. Yes. So I think that is where now the regulatory bit, how are we safeguarding the journalists, is where we need to broaden it. Yeah. Okay. Do you have another challenge?
I think the other big challenge that media houses are facing and journalists is misinformation. And because Marvin was telling us, I don't know if it was Marvin or Evans that was telling us before this episode, everybody with a camera is now a journalist.
Yes.
Like you point and shoot and you put it up. I remember when the Nairobi City County officer was caught with the money in his house, the first information was like, it was almost like 250 something million.
Yeah.
And then it was brought down to 65 million.
Yes.
And everybody is like, why were we told first it's 250 or 260? Now we're being told it's 65.
Yeah.
Where is the rest of the money? Which now makes us distrust the media because we're like, you're not reporting on the right numbers. And then, obviously, there's one of those aspects that is misinformation.
Yes.
Either the 65 or 250. And we can't tell which one it is.
And you know, one of the things that's even a challenge that is pinned on that aspect of misinformation is because the mainstream or the bigger media houses have to fact check and verify their information before they post it. Now, the smaller digital platforms,
clickbait.
very fast.
Very fast, they put the information out.
Out there. Yeah. Did you read my article on LinkedIn, the review of half-year review of the top global risks? So
I saw it, but I didn't read it.
So every year, the World Economic Forum usually posts the top risks that are likely to affect the world. And misinformation is one of the top 10 risks that is now affecting the world. Of course, because of digital platforms, AI, deepfake. I can take your image right now and do a whole deepfake of you giving people very wrong legal advice.
I actually like those ones that this channel that I think it's a TikTok account or Instagram that is dedicated to making videos of the former DP and the current DP dancing. I weirdly enjoy that. Yes. I'm like, okay, leo ni odi.
Rigiji na soprano. But Rigiji is so mean. Like, oh my God. And you know, nowadays, it's so hard for me to think of the name of the current DP. I just think soprano. Let me tell you, if you have an enemy like Rigiji who just wakes up, thinks of you.
Uko kwa mind yake 24/7.
You're going to have a very hard time. Yeah, but yes, I know that channel. Channel you're talking about, not a channel.
It's an account.
Yes, the Instagram account.
Oh my God. Whoever is behind that account, thank you. Like, I must watch it to the end.
Yes. So misinformation. So does it mean we need to be waiting until 9 p.m. to verify, like, to watch the correct news?
But even then, like, remember, there's also the fact that even those media houses, there's a budget from government that, you know, the advertisements that go on those platforms.
Yes.
So obviously there is some sort of undue influence if you're being honest. Because if I tell you I'm going to give you business worth 32 million every week to advertise whatever it is that I'm advertising, if I tell you report 65 instead of 250, honestly, even with the ethics, there is a chance. I'm not saying they'll do it, but there's a chance. That's the information that will go out. There's a chance that if the fight between the billionaires got ugly, and our favorite the billionaire we are supporting at this point,
the billionaire we are rooting for
at this point, like, did something that is unethical, it's highly unlikely that it will be reported. Or they'll gloss over it. You know, they'll just gloss over it. They'll not, like, go into the
details. Yeah, I get. And I think, by the way, billionaire. Does the billionaire want to fund our channel?
He might. Is it one of them that declared redundancy? They are struggling.
Oh, they're struggling. Okay. We're looking for a billionaire, an investor who would like to support our channel.
If you know anyone.
Yes. So we can also
rise through the ranks.
Put out more information. But anyway, it's what I was thinking about. I think one of the challenges that I've seen is, like, especially when it comes to local, now leave national, local news. So we find that there are some communities and some counties that have radio stations, but you find there are areas where there is not much local media coverage. So, and I think those places, especially that don't even have any radio station, the governors there are just having a blast.
They can do whatever they want.
Because, you know, the national or the mainstream media houses focus a lot on national news issues. Yes. So down here, there's a lot of information that we are not getting. Yeah. So the billionaire that wants to fund us, by the way, we can do a whole media house.
Uko chini.
That's grassroots. That's going into grassroots.
I particularly like, I don't know if it's still there, but there's what is it called? Mudembe FM, like the radio station, used to have this segment called, I know it in my mother tongue, it's called Ingini Itala, something like the star of the home or of the village. Yeah. And that segment used to have tea. Like, if your MCA is not working, it will be like, your MCA did not do
that. Is the team should be.
They should be like, oh, it used to be like, oh, CG person who has fought who in what harambe, and then person X has 5 wives, but then they would throw in something like, your MCA was seen to you where doing what, and your roads are bad. Like, it was...
Yes, actually,
You know.
I think the information or the tea that we should be looking for as Kenyans, guys, is not about, oh, Ndanu and Mihala are no longer friends. They're no longer shooting together just because
My
probably
friend.
we've not posted for a month.
I will abduct you and it will be a Kibaki and Lucy situation. Please.
I have one
Just
best
know.
friend.
Just caution yourself.
No, I think the tea that we should be looking for as Kenyans is your MCA has gone to a Harambee and they've given 1 million.
Yes.
Where have they gotten that money from? That is the tea that we need to be getting. Tell us those Harambees they are going to and dropping millions. Tell us
Where they've
where is
got-
that get money
yeah.
coming from?
So
You
that
get?
Kachanel used, that Ingini used to have
Yeah.
that kind of tea. It could give you tea on locals, but it would be
Yes.
like your chief has done this, he's here today, he's doing this. Like you would, you have tea, but you also know what your leaders on
What
the
your
grassroots
leaders
are
are
doing.
doing,
Which
yes.
I feel like is
But I
TikTok
think
has
it's,
taken over.
it's also like a lack of funding. Because, for example, if you're looking at like maybe let's say Northeastern, probably a tycoon is looking at Northeastern and they're thinking, "Hey, you want me to invest in a media house there?"
Like, do you think it?
Yeah, you get. But there's a lot happening on that side. You get. There's so much happening. Like I've been watching some of these YouTube channels, travel content. Yes, some of these bloggers are going to places in Kenya. You're like, what? There's so many beautiful places that we've never seen, and besides also what's happening politically, it's also good to know our landscapes, our history. You know, like, because I'm a geek for history. Like I like to know.
You're fascinated.
Yes, I'm so fascinated, and I want to know what happened here. Why is this place like this? Like I'd really want to know, and that's where I think now in terms of our media, now at the local level, there are communities that are not well represented in media. Yeah. So anyway, Gen Zs, you've got TikTok. Yeah. You've got.
We're seeing. I really like those TikTok accounts of teachers who are posted to CG where and someone is just over there dancing in a class, showing you how this constituency doesn't have a nice class. You're like, yes, do the Lord's work.
Yes, sure. Do you know that it's normally so bad you find there are schools that have one GSS teacher? Those are the things that we need to see, guys. Go to schools. Go show us. Where they're telling us they've posted how many teachers. Go count. Let's count how many teachers are in that school. Yes.
Munakumbuka math. Teacher 1, teacher 2.
Go to hospitals. Go find out, is there medication in hospitals? Because the current budget right now, and like for those of us who are employed, how much money are we being deducted for shift?
Oh my, don't even, like yesterday I looked at my payslip. Let me tell you, he must go.
Right? And you see they're saying, there's primary health care. There's what, my friend, media houses, we want to see. Is there medication? Do we have doctors? Do we have enough clinical officers?
Do we have beds?
Do we have nurses? Do we have beds? Are those hospitals clean? Okay,
is it primary health care or is it primary lice? We want to know.
Yes, we want to know. Those are the things we want to know.
Freedom of media, we want to know.
We want to know. Yeah? So the billionaire we are rooting for, if you can go to the micro level, to the grassroots level, we want to know what's happening. Yeah? Yes. TikTokers. I really like those ones who, there's one in, I think it's from Bomet, or it's somewhere from Rift Valley. And that one also is like, oh, this is a CDF school, and he's in a pool of mud. He's like, yeah, it was funded this much. Those TikTok, like those people. In a pool of mud.
Let me tell you, like those videos.
The things that happen in this country. Because the worst is normally when you hear a hospital has lost power. You're like, there's no backup generator. There's no solar.
Wewe unasema solar na backup generator. Wako na milango. Wewe unaenda mbali.
Maji. If you talk to like doctors and they tell you like if they were posted like mashinani for their internship or their attachment period, some of them were going to hospitals and there's no water in that hospital. How do you not have water in a hospital? Hygiene, guys. Hygiene. I'm like, why are we...
Sha is working.
It's working.
Duane said.
Oh, yeah. Let's see whether he's...
Hiyo ni misinformation and disinformation. Anyway. What are we going to next, Ndanu?
All right. So now I want us to talk about recommendations. I think we've thrown in recommendations as we were talking about the challenges here and there. But maybe just we can highlight a few recommendations that we can give to our dearest government, and also even the owners of the media houses on what they can do.
Okay, do you want to start or should I start?
Okay, I think for me, one of the recommendations, I think I'd mentioned it when we were talking about regulation. Okay, we need to strengthen regulation. Yes, especially protection of journalists. Yes, that's one of the things that we need to strengthen. And then something else that for me, I think is very important, we also need, I am very passionate about local media. We need to strengthen and promote local media. Yes. That is the way that we will know what's happening in different parts of our country. Yeah. Let nobody lie to you that our country is small. It's actually big. And there are things that we don't know that happen within this country.
When I think about how big our country is, I usually try to think about how big Northlands, just Northlands. Just Northlands, or like the nucleus of Mumias Sugar.
Yes.
Like just that, it's vast. You can't see the end of it.
Yes.
So obviously we are a very big country. I think for me, it's what we spoke about, journalist safety. Whenever people feel like there's a safe environment for them to work in, they'll like show up and they'll do their job and they'll do a good job. And I think part of why Larry is so passionate about coming down to Kenya when we have protests and when people are in the streets is because he knows he's going to put an international eye on what is happening, and it's going to be very hard for there to be harassment of media personalities. But if Larry is not there, then more often than not, they're like, this itaonekana wapi TikTok? Ama like a YouTube channel. Like, fine, we can do whatever we want. But if we had safeguards for these journalists, we know it doesn't matter whether it's Mihala, Ndanu, or it's Larry Mado, each of you has equal protection and each of you is safe in the street. Because I like to think about it from the perspective of how do journalists from like maybe World Food Program or all these programs that go to war-torn areas, how do they survive? Iraq, Iran, like how do they survive in those war-torn areas? It's because of freedom of the media. And they know that there is enough safeguard for media personalities, even in cases of war.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Agreed. And then we also need to promote media independence and reduce undue influence, okay? Let a journalist not be scared of politicians. Let them not be scared of going to interview politicians.
Or to ask you certain questions.
Yes. Let them feel free to talk to whoever they need to talk to investigate whoever they need to investigate. Yeah. Let media houses, I think one of the challenges that even Boniface Mwangi's wife has talked about is part of the reason why, like, it's very difficult for them to do their jobs. You know, she's a journalist, an independent journalist, yes. Part of the challenges for journalists to do their jobs is because there's somewhere people who are trying to influence how you're going to report a story. Yeah, there's a time she had done a story about child stealers.
On BBC.
On BBC.
Yes, I remember seeing it.
Yes, on child stealers. And then you'll find people are quite, like, after you've posted a story, then now the government comes and tries to refute it.
To refute it or tries to get them to take it down.
Yes, such things. It's there. These are things happening within your country.
Yes.
CS of Interior.
Do your job.
Do your job.
We're not asking for much. Just do what you would. I was telling them, you can't be bad at what you're paid to do. Like, anyway.
What they said you're a specialist for.
And you accepted the job. You said,
imagine.
Ni pay yo. You're not fine. And then you get there, you do your own things.
Yeah, it's very sad. Yeah. The other thing is on financial stability. There's a lot that can be done in terms of financial stability. Of course, advertising. Make sure you advertise with media houses.
With mainstream media.
Yes. Support for them. I think, of course, maybe just my own personal traumas that I feel very sad when I see a company going down. Yes. I'm just always like, something could have been done.
Like
someone
we
should
could have done better.
Yes. And sometimes I fault regulators. I'm like, where were you?
And you can't over-regulate.
Yes.
And then you can't see a company going under and you're folding your arms,
Yeah.
waiting to do, what is that thing called that they do?
The notice, the circular.
Winding up.
Yes.
To help them do winding up and say this place is closed.
Yeah. And then you just send us a circular. So and so is no longer
in business.
Thank you very much. You've really helped. You've really helped.
Now we know. Now we know.
Thanks for that information. What did you do when they were going down?
Sent a circular. After the fact.
Yeah.
I think the other thing would be the promoting of media literacy. It's the way we keep saying, teach children how to do their taxes, teach children how to, even practically spread a bed, like teach things that are going to help them in future.
Yes.
We are at an age where a lot of our children have access to a lot of information. And I think apart from our own discernment and common sense, the children have to be taught, and I'm not saying conditioned, but taught to look through information and kind of think, I can fact check this, I can verify this, I can look here for this kind of information. These are the media houses that are quote unquote semi-credible or extensively credible. When I hear something here, this is where I go and fact check. When we give that power to children, then we start to raise a generation that is able to question what's being put out in the media, and then we try and dispel that misinformation and disinformation that we talked about.
Makes sense, actually. Makes a lot of sense. People learning to fact check.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This has been quite an insightful and emotional.
I know, passionate. It's
passionate.
Passionate is the word.
Passionate episode. We are very keen on this issue. But one question before we wrap up. Do you think journalists should be licensed? Like anyone who says they're a journalist. Should they have a license? Or should they be part of a certain professional body? Way probably, yes, they are. Professional bodies, yes.
They are.
They are.
They're part
yes. I think in the regulation, there is a way to license.
They're supposed to be accredited.
They're supposed to be accredited.
Yes, by the Media Council of Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now the challenge that now we are having with the digital platforms or the digital media houses that are disseminating misinformation. How can we deal with them?
That is actually a good question. So what you're basically suggesting is to curb that particular part,
yes,
we license them.
them.
I think if we are licensing auctioneers, to be honest,
yeah,
we could license
media houses,
and we just give like bare minimum standards for you to meet,
so that it's not about rushing to be the first one to give a story. Yes, be quick in terms of disseminating information, but also fact check.
Fact check, yes. So that we're also saying your license is on the line if you don't give us credible information. Yeah, yes. That's actually a good suggestion.
We'll strike your page or whatever, your platform.
We'll pull your page down.
Yes.
Might be some form of censorship, but still, like
if we'll be start going down, or because of probably our current government,
yes,
they can decide anything is misinformation.
Everyone's license in the gutter. There's also that challenge.
Okay, I get. Mihala and Anu for supporting the wrong billionaire. Close.
Down.
Okay. Thank you, guys. This has been an interesting episode.
Very.
Yes. We don't want our super producer to look at us like we're not careful about time.
Right?
Yeah.
He's nodding. Guys, he's nodding.
So thank you guys for staying with us up to this point of the episode. If there's more recommendations that you'd like to add, put them in the comment section. Interact with us. We are so excited, Nadis. We have a few comments.
Right? We
in
have
our-
like 2 comments.
Yes, on our
One
episodes.
whole comment.
Hey, amjuangi venye we feel land ndani ya law.
Watu like, tuko na comment na wameuliza swali.
It feels very nice. Yes. So thank you guys for staying with us up to this point. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to share. Okay? Share with your friends, your significant others, your colleagues, your exes, everybody. Share with them, please. Yeah. We have
Watumie video zetu kusema hi big head.
yeah, slide into whoever's DM. The one the crush that you've been wanting to talk to. Just be there like, hi.
Susan,
Found this.
we are not talking to you. Leave that man alone. Anyway, this is not DM.
No. Don't use this to DM your Jonasi.
Do not. We repeat, do not.
Only the good crushes.
Yes.
Good crush. DM the crush. Tell
Jonasi.
them- Be like, hi. Found a very insightful podcast. Please.
Care to
check it out.
listen? Question mark. Give me feedback. So
Bye.
that you invite a response.
Exactly. We can have a chat about this in our next date, guys. Hi.
Na kama hajakupeleka date, we can have a chat about this in our date.
Yeah.
Dot.
Buzz. Well, I love it. Thank you guys, and until next time,
Bye.